from quite a young age, I've always liked doing all disciplines. I actually enjoy doing all of them. When I was really young, I did lead and speed. I didn't even do bouldering, and then when bouldering kind of became more of a thing, I started doing bouldering, and I liked being good at all three because climbing is not just one discipline, I find. And I often thought of it as something like wrestling or boxing, where they have different weight classes, but then I really found it pretty cool when someone would do different weight classes just to say like, oh no, I don't want to be just the best at this class or the best at this discipline, I just want to be the best climber. And so for me, that is why the overall is important to me, and I also want to do well in bouldering and lead. And unfortunately for me, I don't do enough speed training to actually contest for finals or for the podium. But I've discovered that now with the official route, it's too hard for me to actually train for speed. It requires such a different physique. Like, you have to have really strong legs, you have to be a good runner, and if I did that, I think my legs would grow and I'd gain weight, and then I'd be much weaker in bouldering and lead. So I'm really happy with my time, and at these World Championships I actually set a new record. Between bouldering and lead, they're different. I struggle in different places on both of them. My biggest struggle with bouldering is obviously with some of the bigger moves, or when I find that the feet are a little bit too low, and I really try to get around that by just really going for it and trying not to make excuses. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And with lead, my biggest weakness would probably be just pure endurance. I don't have the body structure to do 60, 70, 80, 100 moves. I mean, the IFSC maximum is supposed to be 60 per route, so if there ever is 61 moves, maybe I launch an appeal or something. No, but my body isn't set up for that, so I play to my strengths. I know that my strengths probably lie from 30 to 50 moves with bouldery sections, and then if there is a rest, it has to be a really good rest, because I'm not the type of person that rests on little small crimps just because. To be good at both, I think you have to have a strong mind. You have to be very open to work on your weaknesses, to accept your weaknesses, and to play to your strengths. I think that right now, the format that the IFSC runs is the best format. There are competitions like Arco and like the Adidas Rockstars. I personally dislike the format that they use in Arco because I find that you do the after work, and then if you just get whatever problem you're weakest at in the first boulder, maybe you're the strongest climber by far, and you get knocked out because you can't do one specific move, or maybe you just screwed up. For the Adidas format, they only eliminate after the first 3 boulders. I do like that, but I dislike the fact that on the last boulder, it's whoever tops that one boulder faster. It's a little bit contrived because you could be last, barely make the last boulder, and then make it, and I actually think they eliminate after 2 boulders. I actually forget how they do it at Adidas, but I'm a fan of the IFSC format, and until it's proven that it's much fairer, I think that the IFSC will stick to their format, and I personally support that. So on the topic of deepwater solo competitions, like the Psicobloc, like the ones that have been in Spain, I know there was a Red Bull one over a river. Let me start by saying, they're really exciting, and to compete in them, they're really fun. I think that it won't really catch on as a sport in the IFSC, mostly because at the end of the day, it's actually quite dangerous. It's really exciting, and it's really easy to see who won, because whoever fell lower or did it slower is the person who loses. But when you climb up 50 feet, there is a chance that you get hurt. And actually in competition climbing, in bouldering and in lead and speed climbing, it's very safe, it's very controlled, and everything is always like that. With deepwater soloing, some of the holds get a little bit wet. In the IFSC, according to the rules, I'd be able to call it technical, and then it would really slow down, especially if there's TV. So there are a few problems, quote unquote, but for Masters, it's super exciting, so I think it'll always have its place, and it'll be really exciting for the crowd.